Hey everybody, I hope you can see me okay. I'm trying to get my lighting right today, but I just can't, and I don't understand why, because it's really sunny outside. So I'm sorry if I'm in a little bit of shadow. Hopefully it'll get a bit better. So welcome to my Tuesday live, to my 6-part series, 6 irrational beliefs that are causing you anxiety. And this is episode 2 today, and we're going to look at the statement or the belief that some people hold that life should be easy. Is that you? Do you believe that statement? Well, it's up for debate. Nobody says it's a truth or an untruth, but it is up for debate. And just before I start, if you are joining me live, then please let me know. Just type #live in the comments box so I can see who's with me. And if you're watching it on replay, please type #replay so that I can see who's watched it later on, because I do like to see who's watched. And if you've got any comments or questions as we go along, then please do just type in the comments box and I will get back to you and I will answer them. Now, I'm fully expecting that there's going to be a little meow at my office door because we just last week got a new kitten. Well, he's 6 months old, and wherever I go he's following. So I've shut my office door at the moment so that I won't be disturbed, but I think maybe he may just want to join me. So if I have to get up and let the kitten in, I apologise, but we'll wait and see if I can hear him. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Tish Hawken. I'm an anxiety management coach. I live in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, but as you can probably tell, I've got a British accent. I've been here for just over 1 year. And I help ambitious people to overcome fears and anxieties that they may be facing that is stopping them in their careers, lives or businesses. So any kinds of fears, it could be anything from public speaking, it could be not being visible, trying to be visible but they're really scared of being visible. It could be any fears at all, fears of going for promotion. And it's looking at the beliefs behind those fears, and that's what I deal with my clients, and I do that globally online. And it's lovely to be here. This 6-part series is really just here to help you if you're struggling with some beliefs that I'm going to touch upon in this series that may be causing you anxiety, but you don't really realise it really, you're not aware of it. Or maybe you are, and this is really just to help you to become aware of it, and maybe some things you can do to help reduce that anxiety, and just to help you to think about where these beliefs came from and are they really true, and that will help you to reduce the anxiety if you can eliminate or change those beliefs. So let's get cracking. Please let me know if you're on here with me now. I can see there's a few people on, but you're being very shy. So I'm going to start with a quote, and it's a quote from William Shakespeare. And he said, "Expectation is the root of all heartache." So when you think about that quote, expectation is the root of all heartache. If we are expectant of things, or if we expect things to happen, if we expect things to come to us, and the things that we want, that we expect, don't happen, it can lead to disappointment. And that leads me into the question that I have for you, and that is, do you feel and expect life to be easy? Do you think it should be easy? Were you taught as a child life is easy? Were you taught as a child that life is hard? Did you live a life when you were a child, in your childhood, a very easy life, and that you felt that as you grew up it was going to be the same, and life was going to be like sailing on very calm waters? Or did you have a rough, choppy passing through your childhood, and so you understood that it was going to be quite difficult when you were older? Let me know in the comments. So it's really up for debate, this belief, that some people do have the belief that life should be easy. The irrational beliefs that I'm talking about in this series come from suggestions that a gentleman called Albert Ellis made. He is one of the founders of cognitive behavioural therapy, and he's got a list of what he calls irrational beliefs that can cause us distress and anxiety, and this is one of them, when people think life should be easy. Now, people who do believe this, and as I say, it's up for debate, so some people think life should be easy, some people don't, but the people who believe this tend to be less inclined to work for what they want, because they feel that things should come to them easily. And again, as I mentioned before, it's really about, the belief is formed as a child, or as we're growing up, really about what kind of start in life you had will determine more or less how you feel, or how the perspective on what life should be like. I seem to be going darker now. I don't understand why, because it's really bright outside, but never mind. So, having the belief that life should be easy can be quite helpful, because I suppose what you could say is that thinking that life should be easy means that it's quite a positive thing. It's a positive way to look at things, that life should be easy, and that if I think that way, then maybe the hard times won't hit me as hard, because I feel that life will get better. And that sometimes it can be a helpful belief. But when it's not a helpful belief is when we believe that life should be a breeze. Things go wrong, and that can cause all the negative emotions of being anxious, being depressed, being frustrated, being angry, being sad, because we feel that why me? It's really unfair. Other people don't have such a hard time that I do. Why is it all happening to me? And we can start with these ideas that in some way we are different, and that we shouldn't be experiencing these difficult times. So it can be quite a dysfunctional belief to have. I mean, have you ever said to yourself, surely life shouldn't be this hard? I know I said it to myself, many times when I was younger, why me? Surely life shouldn't be this hard. And it took me a long time to understand that, there was nothing special about me. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what kind of upbringing you have. Hard times in life do not, are not, you're not exempt. Nobody is exempt from hard times in life. And so for me, it just, personal share, if you like, I grew up having quite an easy life until I was about 14, and things started to go wrong. And it was when I was 14, that's when I started to feel very, very sorry for myself for a very long time. Why are all these bad things happening? Why me? What did I do to deserve it? Am I being punished by God? All of these very insular, woe is me kind of thoughts I was having. Now, I was only 14 at the time when it all started, so I didn't have any idea about personal development and how not to think that way. But it took me a long time to realise that, as I said, I wasn't special, and life can be very difficult at times for everybody, and it wasn't just me. Just because I'd been brought up in a relatively happy family without any issues for a very long time, when things started to go wrong, I felt very, very entitled, if you like, and sorry for myself. And so thank the Lord that I've actually removed that belief now, that I need to have an easy life. So when we experience hard times, people try to, I was in a conversation with a lady the other day over Facebook, and she took a little bit of offence to one of my posts where I'd said, I'd asked this question, should life be easy? And she said that maybe we shouldn't use the word should, and I can subscribe to that. But she said that she likes to dance in the rain, and that whenever problems come to her, she is very positive minded, and she has learned to dance in the rain. Now that's brilliant, that's amazing. It's a very positive attitude to have. However, if we do not allow ourselves to feel the negative emotions that naturally happen to us when life gets difficult, then we will not build resilience. We will not become more accepting that life can be difficult, and we won't recover quickly. Experiencing hard times builds character. And I recognise that hard times can go from anything from financial hardship right the way through to losing somebody incredibly close to you. Each has its own scale of pain, but all of these things do help us grow as people. When the easy times come, it's blissful, it's absolutely blissful, and we can hold on to those times. But also within the scale of looking at and accepting that life can be difficult, we have to be very careful not to be expecting life to be difficult, not to expect it, not to, when we have the good times, not to start thinking, oh, but when is this going to end? You know, things are going up great for me now, but when is this going to end? When is life going to get difficult again? We have to be careful not to do that. And the way to do that is to learn how to live in the moment, to live in the moment, to learn mindfulness, to learn meditation, and to learn how to bring your thoughts into the present moment as much as we possibly can. It's a skill. People talk about this all the time, and it's a skill like anything else in life that takes practice. So we can sort of wallow in our feelings of despair, anger, frustration, anxiety for a while, but what we don't want to do is stay there, because if we stay there, then that's when things really, really go downhill. So what we want to be doing when we're experiencing hardship is, once we are ready and we have experienced those emotions, is start to climb out of the hole. And if you can't climb out of the hole yourself, well, that's when you ask people to help you, people around you, people that you trust and you love. And if you don't have anybody like that, and that's when you reach out to a therapist or a coach to help you get out of that hole that you're in. So some of the things that you can do to start to change that belief, if you want to change the belief that life should be easy, if you're recognizing right now that actually that's caused me distress in the past, that when the hard times have come, it's been really, really difficult because I thought life should be easier than this. Things that you can do are embrace the idea that life is challenging. Embrace it and recognize it and accept it. Because once you do that, it actually becomes easier to deal with the bad stuff that gets thrown. But also when the good stuff comes, it's immense, it's fantastic, and it feels great. Also embrace the idea, as I said earlier, that nobody is exempt to hard times. I was watching, I can't remember what it was yesterday, but I was watching something, I think it was on TV, and there was a statistic that 45% of millennials, now I'm not targeting millennials now, but 45% of millennials have grown up with a very entitled approach towards life, and there's various reasons because of that, of which I won't go into now because it's too long. But if that is a true statistic, then it's going to be very difficult for younger people, if you're a young person, then maybe you can comment on this, to really understand that nobody is exempt to hardship. We're all the same, we all come into the world the same way, and we all go out the same way. So that's something else that we need to look at if we feel that life should be easy. Accept that hardship is building your character. It's shaping you as a person. It's helping you develop as a person. But not only that, you can also then pass down your knowledge and wisdom about that hardship to other people. So it's in a way helping you to help other people too. Learn how to live in the moment, which I mentioned just a few minutes ago as well. That's so important. If you're always looking into the future, when is the next bad thing going to happen, then you're going to be anxious. If you're looking in the past at when something bad happened to you and you're ruminating on that, then that can cause low mood and depression. So try your very best to live in the moment. And also don't compare your life to other people. Now, this is a really difficult one to do because we are actually hardwired to compare ourselves to others, and we do it naturally. We're always making comparisons every day, all day, to lots of different things. And you know, we look at people on social media and they tell you a lot about the good things that are happening in their lives. Your friends and your acquaintances and your work colleagues and your family may not be telling you the whole story. Some people on social media don't tell you the whole story of the bad things that happen. So don't think to yourself, I'm having a terrible time, and why are they having a great time? Why have they sailed through life without any challenge? Well, you'll probably find that they have had various challenges. And you know, everybody struggles. Why do you think that on social media and in the self-development industry, the industry that I'm in and the industry I'm sure that you're interested in, why do you think there are so many people telling their stories of struggle, telling their stories of strife, writing books and doing videos? It's because we all struggle and everybody wants to share their knowledge of how they came out of that struggle. I've just noticed I've gone into darkness. That's because my light has just gone out, but never mind. So that brings me to the close of this episode 2. Should life be easy? That's the discussion that we're having now. If you've got any comments, please do comment. I haven't seen any comments coming up. Maybe I just can't see them at the moment. But if you're watching this on replay and you'd like to share something or disagree with me or agree with me, then please do. If you've got any questions, please ask them too. And if you'd like to contact me, just private message me on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and also on Twitter as well. So join me next week when I'm going to be sharing with you another irrational belief that may be causing you anxiety. Have a great day.